We've done a lot of research on this town. We've talked to a lot of the residents, and we've heard their stories, and we listened. Drury's not a ghost town. There's a lot of that going around, but it's not. This town is full of life, full of love, full of beauty, as you can see, and is a place to be. It's been 100 years since a real event, a huge event happened here. Let's go see what else we can find. Come on.
My wife and I live on a quiet country road these days, but if we were to ever call a town home again, I think it would be this one. Drury still breathes. Every person we've met here carries that quiet strength, the kind that shows up when a neighbor needs help. It's a place where kindness isn't rare, it's routine. I believe Drury still holds enormous potential. One day, it could become a destination again, a playground of memory and meaning. But for now, let's begin today's journey, a look back to where it all began. In 1880, this land had no mill, no bridge, and was situated just 2.5 miles north of the Oklahoma border. Back then, it was not much more than a bend in the river. It had always been beautiful here, the river, the trees, and the quiet breathing of nature. In 1883, the river was dammed in the overflow style. A mill was built, and now progress was destined. By 1887, things were changing rapidly. People came, a post office was built, and the town became well established. As life blossomed, so did the town, and a new change was on the horizon. More people and more anticipation of things yet to happen. And of course, the river still flowed. In 1911 and 12, the Meridian Road was established as a mostly direct route north to south from Canada to Mexico, passing through Wichita and Wellington. Luckily for Drury, it also ran right past their doorstep. This little village was soon to become a playground for city folk who wanted to take an afternoon drive or even have a weekend escape. In 1916, the mill became a power plant, and soon a large 3-story, 47-room hotel was built down along the river. Standing there on the balcony, you had a beautiful view of the dam, accompanied by the sound of the water. The railroad had established tracks, and an oasis was now present. The town had a grocery, a bait shop, a gas station, restaurants, and several dance halls, a church, a school, and yes, of course, several places to get a drink. Hundreds would flock here on the weekends to enjoy the fishing, the swimming, the entertainment, and the beauty. 6 miles to the west, the bustling cow town of Caldwell had a daily transport here to and from. The railroad would bring in people, and others closer by arrived on horseback and by buggy. For 20 years, Drury was a happening place. It was well known as the playground of Kansas and Oklahoma. But as things often do, a good portion of Drury was about to vanish. By early morning of Saturday, June 9th, 1923, it seemed to start as any other weekend morning did, but nature had other plans. The heavy rains came and came and came. By mid-afternoon, the river peaked. Upstream, the railroad bridge was already clogged with debris, and when that finally broke loose, the surge moved downstream to the road bridge, and it clogged it up. A few minutes later, that bridge gave way, and then it was headed towards the dam. Another 100 yards down the river, and that wall of water hit. It took out the hotel, along with the dance hall, multiple cabins and other buildings, and some livestock. People stood on the opposite bank, up on the high side of the river, near the mill. They watched in disbelief as the hotel rose up off its foundation. It rolled over, broke apart, and then most of it disappeared downstream. The dance hall, located near the hotel and its unattached floor, floated up between its walls, and onlookers saw the piano burst right through the roof. Days passed, and of course the river flow went back to normal. Although Drury's fate was not sealed that day, its future wasn't the same. Life still had to go on, but it was now at a different pace, and it was a much slower one. The mill itself survived the flood mostly undamaged, but 30 years later, it also was going to have its own bad day. In 1953, the upper portion of the mill burned when a smoldering rag was left on the floor after smoking out some bees to get their honey. And now, the mill was gone also. Unfortunately, Drury died some more that day. Another 20 years goes by, and in 1973, the town changed again. A movie crew funded mostly from the pockets of David Carradine, his family members, and a few others moved into town. Some stayed in tents, and of course others found a place to lay their head. The movie Americana was about a Vietnam vet and his struggle to distance himself from the memories of war. His struggle with war led him to the only thing that made sense: restore an old carousel. He found it in a field across from the Mitchell grocery store. To him, this made sense. Build something, make it beautiful, and bring it to life instead of destroying and taking life. Some of the town folk embraced this mission, but from others, there was distrust, resentment, anger, and eventually violence. While not for everyone, this movie holds a place in the hearts of many. A lone man struggles to leave his mark on a rural Kansas town. Believe it or not, you still haven't seen all of Drury. We're going to go over to the old grain elevator and look around. We're going to go over to the old school and we'll get inside. And then also we'll go back to the dam and the park because there's a couple of things I think you'd like to know.
Well, Natala, that woman from Denver, lived across the river way back in the trees.
Uh-huh.
Her dad built that place. And she would walk to school and walk across the railroad bridge.
Ah, okay.
And she told me that back then, the girls would fight the boys. It would be like a gang fight. And it was a serious one.
Right.
Wow.
And one of the kids that was bigger than her was trying to push her off that bridge one time. And she almost got him pushed off the bridge.
Oh.
And then she got here and told the teacher what was going on. And the teacher put her foot down and said, anybody that's fighting girls, boys, doesn't matter. You know, you're gonna get kicked out of here, and your parents are not gonna be happy.
Within the town of Drury and for several miles in both directions, nothing remains of the railroad tracks anymore. The rails, the fasteners, the ties, and the ballast are all gone. But if you listen very closely and let your thoughts drift toward the horizon, you can still get a sense of how things used to be.
Know what these are? Osage orange. You can't eat them, but they sure are pretty and they make beautiful trees. Whether you want the quiet trickle of a river or the roar of the dam, Drury Dam and Park is the place to be. Get out of town, have some peace and quiet, fish, swim, bring your RV. There's electrical hookups here and everything is reasonably priced. I don't think you can beat it anywhere. Come on down.
A longtime resident, author, and historian, Amber Countryman, is currently in the final editing stages of her new book titled Memories of Drury. Anticipated release date is Christmas of 25. In it, you will find Drury's rich history, old photos, newspaper articles, and former residents' memories. Purchase price is yet to be determined, but very soon you should be able to find it on Amazon. Thanks for watching today. We very much appreciate it. Please subscribe to our channel if you have any comments of any kind. We always love to hear those. Do you have suggestions for future videos or simply want to know more? We would be happy to chat. We always read every one of them and quickly respond. Have a good one. We'll keep the fire burning.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Lay down right there. Daddy's gonna put you in a shot.